Domestic Gothic Spires series of terrain from Tabletop Scenics.
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Rob Baer from SpikyBits.com. Today we are going to show you one of the centerpiece items or products for the new Tabletop Scenics line. I think it's called Gothic Spires, which is, kind of their take on the whole Gothic city fight, cities of death, whatever you want to call it, kind of thing. And let me tell you what, these kits are literally a hobby inside of the hobby. So once again, we are back to the Bits of War page. So Cromlech, we've been working with Cromlech for years. They've sent us not just a bunch of bits from Bits of War and Cromlech themselves, but also a kit from Tabletop Scenics. That's their new HDF. I think it's just all HDF. Line of terrain that they've been working on so hard over the past year. Now they've got it out. They got a bunch of products in their store here, and it was really cool to kind of check out and kind of see it. I'm sure we've all seen, there's a lot of companies out there that specialize in MDF, HDF terrain, and they have a pretty robust selection of it already, and I'm sure it's going to grow here over, the next number of years that they're putting this stuff out, because there's always an opportunity for terrain. The terrain itself, generally when you put this stuff together, it's a hobby inside the hobby, so just kind of be aware of that. I know I already touched on it, but you might not be ready, and when I show you this stuff over here, you'll kind of understand why. So to get some of this or to check it out, just go to bitsofwar.com or the EU and just jump into the Tabletop Scenics category right here. And there's a ton of stuff. So they have 3 different main categories here. They got the Hive City stuff, the Gothic Spires that we're going to talk about and show you and build today. Then they've got the industrial sector, which is like gantries and kind of things. I'll just show you those real quick. So kind of Necromunda-ish, so to speak, with lots of cover terrain. You can use it for Infinity. Any of that near future, kind of far future type stuff would be great in this environment. Zone Mortalis, all sorts of different uses here for sure. Then you've got the Hive City stuff, and they have bundles, which you can see right here where, well, not that one. There is bundles, I assure you. Oh, there they are. Okay. So there are some bundles in here, but then there's also different factories and different little cathedrals and arches and all sorts of different things. They've really kind of rounded out the line. It's really neat to see. Again, they have free shipping. I think it's 150 euros. Remember, our money here in America is only going to get you about 88 cents worth of euros. I don't know what they call cents over there, but we'll just throw that out there. It doesn't quite translate, but there you go. So remember, anything you see on here is going to be slightly more when you're paying in American dollars. Shipping is only 5 euros, and there is a rewards program. Once you spend, I think, 500 euros, you become a veteran and you get more exciting stuff that I don't even know about. I just read about it on here. I was like, oh, hey, that's cool. A lot of people don't have rewards programs. Well, Cromlech and Tabletop Scenics do. So here we are, taking a look at the Hive City Chapel. This is a 29.95 euro kit. So in American money, I don't even know, 35-ish, maybe almost up to 40. So you probably about $45 American for this kit right here. It says moderate. Let's see. So it's moderate difficulty putting together. It's HDF, which is high density fiberboard. HDF it's an engineered product, wood particulate. They actually use it in construction. MDF, which is a little bit weaker. It's medium density. It's more for like furniture and stuff like that. A lot of IKEA stuff. The stuff you find at Walmart. It's a little junkier. So the HDF is good quality. They literally use it in construction. So you have a construction grade product right here. Anytime you get HDF stuff, it's good quality. Now, don't get this stuff wet. It comes sealed in shrink wrap, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Don't expose the humidity. Don't get it wet. That'll be bad, very bad. So don't let any of that happen. Now, once you get this opened up, it has, of course, a little placard card here. All of the components, and you can see, they're burned out with lasers. That's kind of how it works. They feed it in and stuff. The sheets themselves are about the size of a comic book, to be honest. I just noticed that. I don't know if that's on purpose. 8.5 by slightly bigger than a sheet of paper here in America. And then it got some half sprues right there. So lots of stuff I couldn't even imagine. And remember, you got that one's thicker. So they got varying density right there, and then all of these sprues here look to be about the same. So some of them are already have the pieces cut out for you. Some of it you're gonna have to punch out, and well, I can already tell how this is gonna go. We're probably gonna have to use an X-Acto and be very careful. For assembly, yep, well there you go. So you got glue, PVA glue, which is just Elmer's glue. Sometimes I like to use wood glue, but let's see, where's my Elmer's glue? I don't have my Elmer's glue handy, but you can use Elmer's glue too. I think that's not good. Oh, there it is. So here in the States, these are two good options, or you can even use super glue, you know, whatever you want to do right there. It works out. Have a cutting mat, have a X-Acto blade with a sharp, but be careful because every time you change your blade, you're bound to stab the crap out of yourself. And then here is all of the parts, so it's very in-depth. I don't even know, gosh. Very, very in-depth kit right here with, oof, that's just the first floor. Like I said, this stuff tends to be a hobby inside of the hobby, but it looks like the instructions are laid out pretty well. And then there's the 3D isometrics, profile views and stuff on the back. A little advertisement for their orc line right there. So, all right, well, let's get to it. Okay, so as expected, that took a while. It is a hobby inside of the hobby, but sometimes assembling stuff is the fun part of any hobby out there. I used to be really into Legos when I was younger, assembled model kits, and that was it. So actually being able to put something together and then paint it and then play with it is pretty fun, and that's, you know, outside crazy amounts of hobby inside the hobby inside. It's like hobbyception when you have stuff like this. Now, something to keep in mind, once you get it assembled, you can prime it up from here. You should, you know, be careful, be sparing with your glue and stuff. If you want to coat it in watered down glue, be very, very careful because you're using water. And that's a problem when it comes to this HDF, MDF stuff. Some people are like, oh, I like to seal it up, and, you know, well, maybe just spray it with matte coat. I wouldn't recommend using watered down glue at all on something like this. So I would just go with a matte coat, a nice heavy matte coat to get it sealed up, and then hit it with some paint. Just kind of keep that in mind. That's how I would do it. I haven't actually painted any of the stuff in a while, but I never really had any problems when I did paint HDF. So that's just my 2 cents right there. Feel free to chime in the comments about how you would do it. Now, once you get this together, you can already tell it's pretty big. So it's about 5.5 inches. Let's see, all the way back to right there, give or take. So about 8 inches, and it is, I know you can't see it yet, but it's about almost 7 inches tall. So it's pretty chunky. Now, it all separates, and it has, I'm trying to hold it here so we don't mess up anything. So there it is. There's a really good look at it. It's a nice big chunky kind of industrial cathedral craziness. It's just very cool, and you can see right through it. You can see that there's depth to it. Even the windows, nothing's phoned in here. A lot of detail. And let me tell you what, this took about 4 or 5 hours to build. No joke. Like I said, it's a hobby within a hobby. Each one of these is an assembly. You just would not believe how much time they took designing this and making it really cool. Now, once you take a look at this, you can kind of see more of the depth and just how crazy it is. Even all this stuff is etched in here. And then on the inside, there's even framework to help support it. You know, this isn't something that's just going to fall apart, but I would still be very careful with it. And you can put models and things inside of it. I mean, just look at all that. You can see right through it. You can see the vent work. A lot of that is very intricate. You know, this takes hours and minutes to do a floor here. So, and then you can kind of see on the inside. So you can put, and there's ladders and things like, oh, how do you get to the top? Well, there's ladders. So you could, in theory, put guys in here if you want to put them right there, and boom, put that on top. Same at the bottom. You can see all the ladders and all of the crazy work that really went into making this terrain just so dope looking and so fresh. And the little blast door on the front right there, and I guess those are super industrial strength shutters. And you got fans and all sorts of stuff. So it's quite the doozy. Now let's see how this compares to some of the stuff out there that you might be a little bit more used to. Now you can glue all this down too if you want, like at the end. I just kind of kept it freestanding just to show everyone. But so like as far as, you know, some of the stuff out there, just to give you an idea right there, there's a rhino. So, and once you put it down, now remember, a lot of this isn't designed for the superhuman kind of size type deal. As far as normal guys, well, let's take a look here. So normal guys on a base are going to fit in there just fine. And then we got things like Primaris and larger size. Well, Primaris is Primaris. You know, they're not gonna fit in a lot of different stuff where you would expect, just because of their sizing. But then you've got things like orcs that might, you know, when you compare it, we don't have any of their orc terrain here, but it looks like it sizes up well with this, so it'd probably size up well with their orc size terrain right there. So just some stuff to kind of think in mind. So overall, I think this stuff's great. Like if you just want to really work on a kit, you know, spend 30-40 bucks, get you a kit, make it a centerpiece, you know, something different, something you haven't seen before. This is it. There isn't a lot of customization to it, but it still is a pretty neat little fun project. It's going to take you several hours. Clear your schedule. It's going to take you several hours right there, but the instructions are good, and they've got more stuff. You know, if you want to go with something like this, they've got those too, and it probably wouldn't take as long to assemble as something like this, and would still look great on the tabletop depending on what you're trying to do. So there's a lot of different options out there for having 3 main lines. I think the new Tabletop Scenics line from Cromlech is great, and you know, it's affordable. They have loyalty, they have free shipping options, they have all the stuff out there to make customers come back and, you know, keep buying from them, and all the new releases too. They've been putting out stuff for the year, and you already saw when we showed you on the website. So overall, I think it's good stuff. Just remember, it's going to take you clear some time. It's going to take you a while to put this stuff together. So that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was a blast, a time-consuming blast to put this together and also get this finally video together for you guys here. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.